Hey guys! We are here today to do Jackson's 6-month update. This kid right here, this one, is 6 months old. Can you believe it? I can't. But yeah, so today we're doing his 6-month update. I don't have his weight or height. We haven't been to the doctor yet for his appointment. So next week I will have that. But for his 4-month appointment, he was about 30th percentile for weight and about 50th percentile for height. So I imagine he's somewhere similar to that. If you hear panting in the background, we're watching my friend's dog and she doesn't like that it's 76 degrees in this house. So she had a fan on her, but I turned it off real quick just because it's really loud. And I didn't want to like throughout the video. Anyway, if you hear panting, that's our Finn's puppy. But yes, he is 6 months old and this little guy is so active. He has been so active. I guess I'm just gonna kind of catch you guys up on what he's been doing since I haven't made a video in like forever. So he is all over the place. He's not quite crawling yet, but he rolls everywhere. He scoots, he army crawls, if you want to call it that. He is just an active little, oh my goodness. He's so active and so crazy. But yeah, he's getting up on all fours and rocking. So I think it's just a matter of time, as in like probably within a week or two before he's crawling. And I'm scared because you're crazy. But yeah, so he loves to be everywhere, see all the things. He is not a fan of baby wearing because right now he's facing towards me because my Tula, I don't have the one that faces out. And until he can back carry, he just faces me and he's like, excuse me, I'm gonna see the world. So he's Mr. Independent, wants to do his own thing, see everything, run around in his little baby way, rolling around. The last time I updated you guys, he was still very colicky and that lasted for a while. It really did help a lot once I cut out dairy, and I'm still dairy free. And once we got him on reflux medicine because he also had reflux. So once we figured those two things out, he was a lot better, but still pretty colicky. And now that is past us and he is just like the happiest, sweetest little baby. And it's so nice to have, because it's like I always knew that that was him, but like I couldn't see it because he was just screaming and it was completely overwhelming. But now he's just so happy and so chill and it's awesome. We're working on sleep with him and it's getting better. He usually wakes up once a night now, somewhere between like 3 and 5 a.m. and I feed him and he goes back to sleep until 6:30 or 7 depending. We take Jonathan to school in the morning, so he can't really sleep past 7 because we have to go drop him off. But yeah, and he's pretty go with the flow. He did not like his car seat for a long time, but now that we're in the car so much with school pickups and drop-offs and things like that, he's getting used to it and he's pretty content now. He needs his nap times. All of my kids have really thrived on a schedule, especially when it comes to sleep, and he is no exception. He wants to nap by 9 o'clock or 9:30 at the latest. He wants to nap no later than 1 o'clock at the latest, and then he wants to go to bed by 7 or 7:15, no later, or he's gonna lose his mind. James and I have lovingly nicknamed him the pterodactyl because he'll be so sweet and happy and good and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, I'm tired or hungry or whatever it may be, and he straight loses his mind and straight pterodactyls, like screaming at the top of his lungs like you have never heard, which is not surprising because when he was born he screamed before he was even like out of me. Like they had his mouth out of my stomach and he was already screaming. So yeah, he has some lungs on him, but he's so funny though, and he smiles all the time. He's a pretty happy baby now, and he has one whole tooth. Can you show me your tooth? Show me your tooth. You show him. No, don't grab the camera. You're not gonna show him? Okay, so he just got a tooth within the last week, which is super exciting. The only thing that's not exciting about it is it's terrifying to feed him now because he loves to bite down, and it is so scary for my boobs. And on that note, we are still breastfeeding. I know the last update that I made, I was going through a little bit of a rut with breastfeeding and I just wasn't feeling it. I I was over it. I was done. I was pretty much tapped out, but I pushed through it, and luckily it was only a couple more weeks of feeling like that, and then things got a lot easier and better, and now I'm glad that I stuck with it because it's easy peasy. He does have a lip tie, which his doctor noticed at the last appointment, which I'm not shocked with. I could kind of tell. Jonathan had a pretty significant lip tie. Ellie had a little bit of one, but it wasn't a big deal. And he doesn't really flare his lip up super well when he eats, but he doesn't seem to have any kind of problem getting enough milk, and I'm not having any kind of issue with latching issues where it's hurting me or anything like that. So she said as long as he's gaining weight fine and all that stuff, which he is, that she's really not concerned at this point. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it, but if we notice any issues later on, then we'll get it fixed for sure. So he, as far as what he looks like, not that you can't see him, but he has blondish hair that's super fluffy, and I love it, and bright blue eyes. I don't think he's gonna lose his blue eyes. Ellie has super blue eyes too, and I think he's gonna be like his sister. And as far as what he looks like or who he looks like, everybody says he looks just like Ellie. I think he looks like Jonathan and Ellie smushed. Oh, you want to see that turtle? I think he looks like Jonathan and Ellie combined into like a little baby. So I don't know. But this one, I think of all three of them, looks the most like me, which is exciting. Do you look like mommy? Just a little bit? Maybe? No? Okay. I just put him on the floor. He wanted to roll around and be a free bird. He doesn't want me to hold him. So that's pretty much it as far as Jaxson's update goes. He's been so sweet and just like literally the biggest blessing ever. And I'm so glad that we're at the point where he's not super colicky and angry all the time, and his stomach, esophagus, whatever issues are starting to resolve themselves, and he's happier now. Okay, so as far as me, post-baby, everything's going pretty well. I'm feeling pretty good. I still have a pretty significant diastasis recti. Like when I'm on the floor, I can feel, like on my back, I can feel about a thumb's width gap between my lungs, and that's making it really hard for me to get my stomach back in shape. Like I feel like I had this mom pooch, no matter what I do, it will not go away, and my lower back is kind of hurting. So I might end up having to do some physical therapy to try to fix it. I'm doing workouts for it, but it doesn't really seem to be doing a whole lot, or maybe I'm just being impatient. I'm not really sure. So I don't know, but that's still a thing, and it's a little frustrating because I just so desperately want to be back in shape because I'm working out so hard and trying to eat pretty well, and to not see the results that I'm hoping for is just this frustrating. But otherwise I feel good. My incision looks really good from my C-section. They put something on it. I wish I knew what the heck they used, but I don't know what he said it was. But I had really bad keloid scarring. I always get really bad keloid scarring, and it was especially bad on my C-section incision. So they cut out the keloid scar and put something on it, in it, around it, I don't know, to help it. Hopefully not get the keloid look to it or whatever. So anyway, so my scar on the two sides looks really good, and it's actually getting almost white, which I've never had happen before. And the center is a little bubbled up a little bit. It does have some keloid, and it's still pretty dark pink. But if only the center of my scar, like that much of it, is gonna be keloid scarring, then I'm thankful for that, because before it was the entire thing. So that's looking really good. Breastfeeding is going really well, like I mentioned before. Mentally, going from 2 to 3 kids was like insane. And I'm not trying to scare anybody if you're like pregnant with your 3rd kid or want to have a 3rd kid. I'm not trying to scare you by any means. There was a lot of factors that contributed to like the crazy 2 to 3 kid jump for us, partially because there was 3 kids 4 and under. That's a lot. Right around the time he was born, a month later, the kids were out of school for summer, so I had all 3 kids 4 and under all day long by myself, and James was like pretty much gone all summer. So it was insane, and that's why I really wasn't making YouTube videos. I was completely and utterly overwhelmed, if I'm being completely honest. And Ellie started school a month later than Jonathan did, so she hasn't even been in school that long, and I feel like I'm just now starting to catch up with life after having everybody home all summer. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to make some more videos soon. It's just, honestly, when I get some free time, I just want to sit, because with 3 kids, free time just doesn't happen anymore. But between the house and cooking and babies and everything else. Are you hungry? Oh, here we go. Somebody wanted some food. Sorry, guys. But yeah, just between like the house and all of the cooking and the cleaning and the needs of 3 kids and, you know, being a wife and everything else, there's not free time, and it's exhausting. So when I do get some, when there is the occasional downtime, like after they go to bed at night, I just want to sit. Like, I don't want to have to do anything. And so YouTube has really just taken a huge back seat in my life, and I don't like it, but at the same time I need it for my own sanity. So that's why videos have been so sporadic, and I am sorry about that. And I hope that, you know, before too long, I really can feel like I'm at a good place where I can do more videos. But you know, I wanted to tell you guys that because I always try to be as honest about all of this motherhood stuff and where I'm at in life with being a mom and everything else that goes along with it, you know? So these 3 kids have been the biggest blessings in the world, but the days are long, but they also go by quickly. So I'm trying to embrace the chaos right now and get a little mental break when I can, you know, when they're all in bed and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on stuff like that that's going on. I was thinking of doing a day in the life soon of what it's like with 3 kids, so you guys can see what it's like being a stay-at-home mom of 3 little nuggets. But anyway, guys, I hope you're all doing great, and hopefully I'll get some more videos for you guys before too long. And we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.